Welcome to Let's Remember. Today we're taking it back to New Jack City, a movie that wasn't just a crime story, but a reflection of the streets, the hustle, and the cost of chasing power during the crack era. It showed us Nino's ambition, G-Money's loyalty, Scotty's mission, and the harsh reality of what the drug game did to our communities. New Jack City was a mirror for the culture, and its cast made it unforgettable. So today, we're giving flowers to the people who brought these characters to life, and showing love to where they are now. First up is Nino Brown, played by Wesley Snipes in New Jack City. Nino wasn't just a villain, he was the face of the crack era, running the Carter with cold ambition, showing how power, greed, and the streets can swallow a man whole. Wesley Snipes brought pure intensity to Nino, making him one of the most iconic villains in black cinema. From his cold stares to that unforgettable "Am I my brother's keeper" moment, Nino was both charismatic and ruthless, a symbol of what the drug game was doing to our communities. Wesley was 28 at the time, and this role helped cement him as a leading man in Hollywood, leading to classics like White Men Can't Jump, Blade, and Passenger 57. Now 63, Wesley Snipes is still in the game, with that same cool presence and sharp talent that made us love to hate Nino Brown. No matter how many roles he plays for many, he will always be Nino, the kingpin who showed us just how high and how hard the fall can be when the streets are your empire. Up next is G-Money, played by Payne in New Jack City. G-Money was Nino Brown's right-hand man, loyal but hungry for his own respect in the game. He helped build the Carter Empire, but as the money and power grew, so did the tension between him and Nino. G-Money wanted more, and that ambition mixed with betrayal led to one of the most emotional scenes in the film, when Nino takes him out, showing how the streets can turn brotherhood into tragedy. Payne was just 23 at the time, bringing heart and vulnerability to G-Money, making us feel for him even when he messed up. This role opened doors for Alan, leading to Jason's lyric and his long-running role as CJ on House of Payne. Now 56, Payne keeps a low profile but is still loved in the culture, and for many, he will always be G-Money, the brother who showed us how fast the game can flip and how loyalty in the streets can cost you everything. Let's turn our attention to Scotty Appleton, played by Ice-T in New Jack City. Scotty was the undercover cop determined to take down Nino Brown and bring the Carter Empire to its knees, driven by the pain of losing his own mother to addiction. Scotty wasn't just a cop. He was personal, carrying the anger of the streets, while trying to do the right thing in a world filled with corruption and temptation. That scene where he finally confronts Nino and shouts, "I want to shoot you so bad, my is hard," is one of the coldest lines in black cinema, showing just how deep the hate ran. Ice-T was 33 at the time, and this role helped launch him from rap into acting, leading to a long career, including his legendary run on Law & Order SVU. Now 67, Ice-T is still active, respected as both a pioneer in hip-hop and a staple on TV. But for many, he will always be Scotty Appleton, the brother who showed us that justice in the streets comes with a price, and sometimes the fight is as personal as it is professional. Moving on, we have Pookie, played by Chris Rock in New Jack City. Pookie was the small-time hustler turned crack addict, whose struggle with addiction showed the brutal impact of the crack epidemic on the community. Pookie started off trying to change his life, working with Scotty to bring down Nino, but the streets pulled him back in, leading to one of the film's most heartbreaking moments when he's killed inside the Carter. Chris Rock brought raw energy and vulnerability to Pookie, making his pain feel real and reminding us how many lives the drug game destroyed. Chris was just 25 at the time, and while known for his comedy, this role showed his depth as an actor, helping to expand his career beyond stand-up. Now 60, Chris Rock is a legend in comedy and film, but for many he will always be remembered as Pookie, the brother who showed us the human cost of the game, and how addiction can steal even the strongest souls in the hood. Up next is Bill Nunn, who played Da-Da-Da Man in New Jack City. Da-Da-Da Man was part of Nino Brown's crew, known for his stutter and his loyalty to the Cash Money brothers, always ready to handle business when Nino gave the word. Even though he wasn't the loudest in the crew, his presence was felt, showing how deep Nino's influence ran in the streets and how the people around him were caught up in the fast life of the game. Bill Nunn was 37 at the time, bringing a unique mix of intimidation and authenticity to the role. Many also remember him as Radio Raheem in Do the Right Thing, another powerful performance that left a mark on black cinema. Sadly, Bill Nunn passed away in 2016 at the age of 62, but he left behind a legacy of unforgettable characters. And for many, he will always be Duh Man, a reminder of how the streets can pull people into a world where loyalty often means life or death. We can't forget to mention Michele, who played Selena Thomas in New Jack City. Selena was Nino Brown's girlfriend, living in the luxury that came with his drug empire, but slowly seeing the darkness behind the fast life. She represented the women caught up in the game, enjoying the power and money, but realizing the cost that came with it. As Nino's world started to crumble, Selena saw who he truly was and chose to walk away, showing strength in a world that tried to keep her silent. Michele was just 24 at the time, bringing elegance and quiet power to Selena, making her more than just the drug kingpin's girl. This role helped launch her career, leading to roles in ER, New York Undercover, and Alley. Now 58, Michele is still active in film and TV, but for many she will always be remembered as Selena Thomas, the woman who showed us that even in the middle of chaos, choosing yourself over the streets is the real power move. And then we have Mario Van Peebles, who not only directed New Jack City but also starred in it as Detective Stone. Detective Stone was Scotty Appleton's partner, the steady hand trying to keep Scotty focused as they worked to bring down Nino and the Cash Money brothers. Stone was the balance, professional, by the book, but still understanding how deep the streets ran and how dirty the fight could get. Mario Van Peebles gave the character a calm authority that made the tension between the cops and the criminals feel real. Mario was 33 at the time, and New Jack City was his breakout as a director, showing he could tell raw, honest stories about the culture. He went on to build a career both in front of and behind the camera, with projects like Panther, Posse, and Badass, a tribute to his father, Melvin Van Peebles. Now 67, Mario Van Peebles is still creating, acting, and directing. Uniqua isn't on screen for long in New Jack City, but in just one scene, she tells you everything you need to know about betrayal and the chaos that comes when the streets mix with personal lives. Uniqua was a stripper who G-Money hooked up with, but she ended up playing both G and Nino, sparking the conflict that would tear the Cash Money brothers apart from the inside. She wasn't just a side character, she was the wedge that drove the brothers into war, showing how fast loyalty can crumble when ego, women, and power collide. If Nino and G had followed bros before hoes, maybe things would have turned out differently. But in the game they were playing, the smallest betrayal could burn everything down. Uniqua was played by Tracy Camila Johns, who was 28 at the time and already known for her lead role in Spike Lee's She's Gotta Have It. Tracy brought a sharp, confident energy to Uniqua, making her memorable even with limited screen time. Now 62, Tracy Camila Johns is remembered for the strength she brought to every role, and for many, she will always be Uniqua, the woman whose choices helped bring down the empire from within in one of black cinema's most iconic crime sagas. Keisha, played by 28-year-old Vanessa Estelle Williams, is one of the film's most unforgettable characters. She was a female enforcer in Nino's crew, quick to pull the trigger, and even quicker to remind everyone that crossing the Cash Money brothers came with a price. In a world dominated by men, Keisha stood out with her cold focus and fearless energy, showing that loyalty to Nino wasn't just talk, it was enforced by any means necessary. Her leather fits, sharp attitude, and readiness to handle business made her one of the film's most iconic soldiers, proving that in the streets it didn't matter who you were if you had the heart to back it up. Vanessa Estelle Williams brought Keisha to life with a fierce, no-nonsense presence that made her a fan favorite despite her tragic end in the film. Now 62, Vanessa has continued to leave her mark on black cinema and TV with roles in projects like Soul Food and Candyman, but for many, she will always be Keisha, the ride-or-die female enforcer who showed exactly what it meant to be about that life in New Jack City. Next on our list is Judd Nelson, who played Detective Nick Peretti in New Jack City. Peretti was the street-smart, wisecracking cop brought in to help take down Nino and the Cash Money brothers, partnering with Scotty Appleton and Detective Stone as part of the undercover task force. Peretti wasn't your typical cop. He understood the streets, wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, and often clashed with the system while trying to bring Nino down. His character added a gritty, no-BS edge to the investigation, balancing Scotty's personal vendetta with a focus on getting the job done by any means necessary. Judd Nelson was 31 at the time, already known for his roles in The Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire, bringing a rebellious but determined energy that fit perfectly in the chaotic world of New Jack City. Now 65, Judd Nelson has continued to work steadily in film and television, but for many, he will always be remembered as Detective Peretti. Up next is the Old Man, played by Bill Cobbs in New Jack City. He wasn't in the game, but he was the watchful elder who saw the community get destroyed by drugs and violence. In the end, he's the one who takes out Nino Brown, reminding us the streets always collect their debt. Bill Cobbs was 56 at the time, and known for bringing quiet strength to every role. Bill Cobbs passed away in 2024 at the age of 90, but for many, he will always be the Old Man who showed that in New Jack City, no one is untouchable. And finally, we have Kareem Akbar, played by 24-year-old Christopher Williams in New Jack City. Kareem was the smooth, educated member of the Cash Money brothers, working as a banker and brought in by Selena, Nino's girlfriend, to handle their money laundering since he was a good mathematician. He wasn't out on the block with a gun. He was the clean face keeping the money flowing, proving the empire wasn't just built on violence, but also on brains. But as that iconic courtroom scene revealed, Kareem Akbar, that's right, the educated brother from the bank, was just as deep in the game as anyone else, showing how even the ones in suits had dirty hands. Christopher Williams, also known for his R&B hit I'm Dreamin', brought a smooth confidence to Kareem, making him believable as the pretty boy banker tied to the streets. Now 57, Christopher is still making music, but for many, he will always be Kareem Akbar, the brother who proved the hustle wasn't just on the corners, but also in the boardrooms. And that's it for today's trip back to New Jack City. These actors didn't just play roles, they brought the streets, the pain, and the reality of that era to the screen in a way that still hits today. Whether they're still acting, creating, or living life away from the spotlight, they've all left a mark that's impossible to forget. If you grew up on New Jack City, drop your favorite scene in the comments and let me know which character stuck with you the most. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next time we take it back and give flowers to the people and the films that shape the culture. This is Let's Remember, and I'll see you in the next one.